Thank you for joining us for our next Dumb Laws in the United States. This section, what we're going to do is we're going to start with Dumb Laws in Washington. And yes, we're still going alphabetical. So, in Washington, the harassing of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or other undiscovered species is a felony punishable by a fine and imprisonment. Okay, also in Washington, destroying a beer cask or bottle of another person is illegal. It is also illegal to entice girls away from the Maple Lane School for Girls. Also, in Washington, X-rays may not be used to fit shoes. Also in Washington, it is illegal to attach a vending machine to a utility pole without prior consent from the utility company. No person in Washington may walk about in public if he or she has the common cold. Also in Washington, people may not buy a mattress on Sunday. Also, all motor vehicles must be preceded by a man carrying a red flag in the daytime or a red lantern at the nighttime 50 feet in front of any vehicle. It is illegal to pretend that one's parents are rich in Washington. You are also not allowed to breastfeed in public, though this was repealed in 2001. Looks like it is also illegal to spit on a bus in Washington. Also, when two trains come to a crossing, neither shall go until the other passes. See, that one I've heard again, and that just is worded very, very dumb. Yes. Anyway, you cannot buy meat of any kind on Sunday in Washington. All lollipops are banned in the state of Washington. A law to reduce crime states it is mandatory for a motorist with criminal intentions to stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he is entering the town. Wow, I wonder how many people follow that rule as they're getting ready to break other rules. It is also illegal to paint polka dots on the American flag in Washington. Now, in the cities of Washington, in Bellingham, Washington, single-use plastic carry-out bags are prohibited. In Everett, Washington, it is illegal to display a hypnotized or allegedly hypnotized person in a store window. It is also illegal in Layton, Washington, to dance and drink may not occur at the same establishment. In Seattle, Washington, no one may set fire to another person's property without first obtaining prior permission. It is also illegal in Seattle, Washington, to carry a fishbowl or aquarium onto a bus because of the sound of water sloshing may disturb the other passengers. Wow. In Seattle, Washington, you may not carry a concealed weapon that is over 6 feet long in length. Wow, I wonder how you would try and conceal a 6-foot-long weapon. Don't look behind me. You do not see that back there. Anyway, also in Seattle, Washington, one may not spit on a bus. In Seattle, Washington, women who sit on men's laps on a bus or train without placing a pillow between them face an automatic 6-month jail term. Ooh la la, we need a pillow. In Spokane, Washington, persons may not wear a life jacket near the Spokane River. In Spokane, Washington, no one may kneel on a pedestrian sidewalk. Also in Spokane, spitting on city buses is outlawed. Also, looks like in Spokane, Washington, TVs may not be bought on Sundays. In Spokane County, Washington, Strippers may not come closer than 4 feet to any customer in Spokane County, Washington. In Waldron Island, Washington, no structure shall contain more than 2 toilets that use potable water for flushing. So essentially, no 2 toilets can use water that you can drink for flushing. In Walla Walla, Washington, it is illegal to give noxious substances to a bird in any city park. In Wilbur, Washington, you may not ride on an ugly horse. I wonder who states if the horse is ugly or not. Anyway, we are now moving on to the next state here. This is dumb laws in West Virginia. So in West Virginia, it is legal for a male to have sex with an animal as long as it does not exceed 40 pounds. A tax of 1 cent is levied for every 16 and 9 ounces. It is legal for a male to have sex with an animal as long as it does not exceed 40 pounds. Period. Also, a tax of 1 cent is levied for every 16 and 9 ounces of Coke that is sold in a store. Looks like in West Virginia, a person may be placed in jail for up to 6 months for making fun of someone who does not accept a challenge. This, however, was repealed in 2010. It is also illegal to catch a snooze on a train in West Virginia. A person may not hold public office if he or she has ever participated in a duel in West Virginia. Also in West Virginia, each act of public swearing, a person shall be fined $1. According to the state constitution in West Virginia, it is unlawful for anyone to own a red or black flag. This was repealed in 2010. Also in West Virginia, if you wear a hat inside a theater, you may be fined. This one was also repealed in 2010. Unmarried couples who live together and lewdly associate with one another may face up to a year in prison. This one was also repealed in 2010. Looks like they repealed quite a few in 2010. Looks like roadkill may be taken home for supper in West Virginia. Looks like, again, when a railroad passes within 1 mile of a community of 100 or more people in it, they must build a station and stop there regularly to pick up and drop off passengers. Whistling underwater in West Virginia is prohibited. I want to know how to whistle underwater. I wonder if it sounds something like... Anyway, any person who commits adultery shall be fined at least $20. This one also was repealed in 2010. Now we've got the city laws. We go to Alderson, West Virginia. One may not walk a lion, tiger, or leopard, even on a leash. In Huntington, West Virginia, firemen may not whistle or flirt at any woman passing a firehouse. It is also illegal in Huntington, West Virginia, to beat your wife, so long as it is done public on Sunday on the courthouse steps. Then it is legal. In Nicholas County, West Virginia, no member of the clergy is allowed to tell jokes or humorous stories from the pulpit during a church service. They need to be boring so that everyone can get their 5 minutes of sleep or 20 minutes of sleep during Sunday. Anyway, next we have the state laws that are dumb in Wisconsin. It is illegal to kiss on a train in Wisconsin. It is also illegal to cut a woman's hair in Wisconsin. Margarine may not be substituted for butter in restaurants unless it is requested by the customer in Wisconsin. Butter substitutes are not allowed to be served in state prisons in Wisconsin. The government may not prohibit manual flushed urinals. Also, whoever Whenever trains meet at an intersection at said tracks, neither shall proceed until the other has. There's a lot of those, and they all seem to be worded about the same. Anyway, another dumb law in Wisconsin has people used to smuggle it in from Illinois. All yellow butter substitute is now banned. Condoms are considered an obscene article and need to be hidden behind a pharmacist's counter in Wisconsin. Looks like at one time margarine was also illegal in the state of Wisconsin, but that has been changed. State law made it illegal to serve apple pie in public restaurants without cheese. Also, the state definition of rape stated that it was a man having sex with a woman he knows not to be his wife. Let's see. Also in Wisconsin, while all cheese making requires a license, Limburger cheese making requires a master cheese maker's license. Livestock have the right-of-ways on public roads in Wisconsin. One may not camp in a wagon on any public highway or risk a fine of up to $10. It is a Class A misdemeanor to wave a burning torch around in the air in Wisconsin. It is illegal to throw rocks at a railroad car in Wisconsin. We've also now here got the city laws. In Brookfield, Wisconsin, tattooing is illegal unless it is done for medical purposes only. It is unlawful for one to allow another to use the first person's telephone in order to make prank phone calls. Wow, so it's illegal to let someone else use your phone to prank call someone else. In Hudson, Wisconsin, screens are required on all windows from May 1st to October 1st. Also in Hudson, Wisconsin, you are not allowed to put litter into someone else's trash receptacle without express permission first. Also, no one may sit on another's parked vehicle without expressed consent of the owner. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, no male is allowed to be in a state of arousal in public. In La Crosse, Wisconsin, you cannot worry a squirrel. It is also illegal to tie up your horse along 3rd Street in Wisconsin. It is also illegal to display an unclothed mannequin in a store window in Wisconsin. Excuse me. It is also illegal to play checkers in public in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Now in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it is illegal to purchase or use sparklers in the city, yet you can buy fully disassembled automatic machine guns. That one has been changed. Looks like an old ordinance forbids parking for over 2 hours unless a horse is tied to the car in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is against the law to play a flute and drums on the streets to attract attention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If one is thought as an offensive looking, it is illegal for him to be in public during the day. Wow. So if you are thought to look offensive, you can't be in public. In Racine, Wisconsin, missiles may not be shot at parade participants. It is also illegal to wake a fireman when he is sleeping. That's scary. Women may not walk down a public street at night without being accompanied by a man. In Sheboygan, Wisconsin, only police officers may shoot birds in the city. Also, no persons may water his lawn in such a way as to annoy his or her neighbors. It is also illegal to swim in the Fountain Park Fountain. In St. Croix, Wisconsin, women are not allowed to wear anything red in public. In Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, even if one gets his or her change stolen by a vending machine, hitting the machine violates a city ordinance. Unremoved snow on one's property is considered a public nuisance and finable in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Nuclear weapons may not be manufactured within the city limits. Looks like also persons may not ride a bicycle with their hands off the handlebars in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Also, cats are forbidden from entering cemeteries. Wonder how that one's kept. In Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, swimming in water fountains is prohibited. Also, reserving a city meeting room under a false name is prohibited. Spitting on a sidewalk is prohibited. And also, in Wisconsin, if a person shall fail to return books he or she has checked out from the library, that person should return their library card to the library until such time the books are returned. Okay, and we have dumb laws in Wyoming. So in Wyoming, all new buildings that cost over $100,000 to build must have 1% of funds spent on artwork for the building. Wow. If one is drunk in a mine, he or she could land in jail for up to a year. Junk dealers may not make any business transactions with a drunk person. It is illegal for women to stand within 5 feet of a bar while drinking. You may not take a picture of a rabbit from January to April without first obtaining official permits. Okay, and in Wyoming, skiing under the influence of alcohol is prohibited. Also in Wyoming, it is illegal to wear a hat that obstructs people's views in a public theater or place of amusement. Also in Wyoming, using a firearm to fish is strictly forbidden. Looks like also in Wisconsin, any person who fails to close a fence is subject to a fine of up to $750. And then in Cheyenne, Wyoming, it is illegal to spit on the steps of a school building. Now, if you have any other weird or crazy laws that you've heard of or that you want to know more of, or if you really like this, go ahead and mention below, and we'll keep them coming. We'll keep these going. I want to kind of see how these videos go before I spend another, this long listing took me almost 13 hours. So before I go 13 hours again, I want to make sure that this is something that's going to go good. Anyway, thank you for listening to my YouTube channel. Go through all of it. Like, dislike, comment, all of the above. Please, I like any comments. I want to know what's going good and what's not. Thank you again for watching my YouTube channel, and you have a great day.